Hey bakers, so here in Chicago today, it's not even above 60 degrees. So I decided, all right, the fall weather is rolling in. Let's make something fall themed. So today we're making pumpkin pie, New York style cheesecake. Oh, this is gonna be good. Now, what you need to start off with is a good crust. You can either use a pressure pan to make this or this kind of pan. We're gonna make two and I'm gonna show you how to do it in both. So here are my ingredients for my crust. Now notice it says this many cups of your favorite cookie, biscuit, pretzel. I do a combination of graham crackers and pretzels because, oh my goodness, is it a delicious flavor combination. I also love to put pecans in there every once in a while to add another element. But today, graham crackers and pretzels is what we're using. All right, once you have your crust ingredients fully combined, all you're gonna do is put them in your pan and firmly press them in. Now with my pressure pan, I am doing a little edge. Is it even as far as where the height is? No, because I don't care. It's not about that. So all you want to do is make sure it's firmly pressed in and then pop this in a 375-degree oven for 10 minutes only. All right, now that our crusts are ready to go, let's start with the cheesecake filling. First, start with 4 blocks of room temperature cream cheese and cream it till it's smooth. Add 2 cups of sugar and 3 tablespoons of flour. Cream until smooth. When that's good and combined, you're gonna add half a cup of plain yogurt or sour cream, 6 room temperature eggs, a tablespoon of vanilla, half a teaspoon of salt, and if this was a traditional New York cheesecake, you'd add a 1/4 teaspoon of lemon juice and zest, but because we're making it pumpkin pie, we're not adding the lemon. Mix this until smooth. All right, so now let's make the pumpkin pie part of our pumpkin pie cheesecake. So what you're gonna need is 1 15-ounce can of pumpkin pie filling, 1 14-ounce sweetened condensed milk, 2 eggs, a pinch of salt, 2½ teaspoons of pumpkin pie spice seasoning or spice mix. This is what I use. And you're gonna mix it all together. Now, this is not the pumpkin pie recipe I use for pumpkin pie. I use this recipe strictly for my cheesecake because it's a sweeter pumpkin pie, hence the sweetened condensed milk. Don't worry, you'll see when we put it all together. You might have to go to part 2, I'm just saying. All right, bakers, now is the fun part, making the cheesecake and putting it all together. Okay, so you need to line your springform pan with tin foil because it's another layer of protection so water doesn't seep through. Even though the pans say that they are leak proof, they're not. Okay, so you need to put this in a water bath. Now, I have a big springform pan. I don't have a big enough pan, so I use one of my cake tins to do it. I'm just gonna place this in here. I do not have water in it yet. And then here's my square one. Okay, so what we're gonna do is, I have my 2 bowls here, is I'm just gonna start ladling in cheesecake and then pumpkin pie. And it's gonna make this kind of like ring-like thing to it. Here, I'll show you in a sec. All right, so for my square one, I swirled it all together and I can't wait to eat this. It's gonna be so good. Okay, so we need a water bath. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just slowly pour water into the big tray until it comes up about halfway. And then I'm gonna bake these up. These are gonna bake at 325 degrees for about an hour and a half or until the center isn't quite jiggly. You know, I'm gonna show you. All right, our first pumpkin pie cheesecake is out of the oven, and see how you can tell that it's done is it's got a little jiggle to it, but it's solid. No cracks. See how amazing that water bath is? Let's wait for this other one to be done, cooled, and then we'll dig into these. All right, so I wanna show you guys the difference in the cheesecakes. See how this one, it still jiggles. It's very watery still, not done. That one needs time. It's a deeper, thicker cake, so it's gonna take a lot longer. So this one is taking a full hour and a half, whereas that one only took an hour. Remember, time is not 100%. It all depends on your environment. Test, check, over and over again. All right, so our bigger cheesecake is out, and you see how it has that little jiggle, jiggle. My cheesecake don't jiggle, it wiggle, wiggle. That's what we want. We want that little bit of a jiggle to it where that radiant heat is gonna finish cooking the inside of that. And if we leave it in the oven, it's gonna overcook. So we're gonna pop this on top of the stove and just let it rest until it's cool. And then we get to eat it. All right, bakers, our pumpkin pie cheesecake is fully chilled and set. And look at this. Oh my goodness, I cannot wait. The salty sweetness. That salty sweetness of the pretzel and graham cracker crust. The creamy dreaminess of the pumpkin pie. It's that creamy cheesecake. I have a warm cup of coffee with this. Pumpkin pie cheesecake. That's where it's at. Toss a little cinnamon. Now this is what fall should taste like. Try this recipe out, you guys. Let me know what you think.